Greetings, my fellow travelers. This would be the third, fourth, perhaps fifth iteration of Gravity 1, though I don't believe it quite started with that name. So I've removed the wings that were made out of habitats and just basically stuck everything right against the hull. If I could have, and I can't seem to figure out how, is all that stuff there would have been rotated 90 degrees and attached directly to the hull, as opposed to attached to something that's itself is attached to the hull. I was also trying to go for a more streamlined look, so there's some rounding. And of course, by removing the secondary hull, I had to play around with the guns to, well, have the guns. So the cargo pads are still there. I have no clue how these things work because, well, it's not like there's a cargo hatch behind them. I think those are hyperdrive ones. Those are the shields. That one is maneuverability and pulse engines. Well, there's enough room underneath there. Somebody else's idea. I saw somebody else do that. Of all things, it might have been a board cube. So yeah, the two engines, power generation stuff gone. Single thrust engine. That would be, of course, the body of the engine, the source of the power and all that. Married with thrusters for landing. That could be viewed as a hatch, but it isn't. It's more. Whoops. Oh, I walked through the. Yes, I walked right through the teleport. Could be more viewed as, well, meant to be aerodynamic, a little bit more, or a little bit less square. I wonder if you could actually squeeze an engine in there somewhere. Be interesting to find out. Radar is pretty much where it was before. Okay, can we squeeze something in there? Interesting. Of course, getting it out of there might just be an entirely different matter. Okay. That's like the one that's down there. Nope, can't rotate. All the other ones are to be mounted to the side of the vehicle. Oh, fuck it. So yeah, I've seen last week some incredible builds, and I don't quite understand why the ramp is lowered unless you actually, oh for fuck's sakes. It's too close to the door, maybe? Oh yeah, and this section here, the one I'm looking at right now, had to be flipped around 180 degrees in order to put the access ramp in front. You know, since this is literally the extent of the ship at this point, may as well. Raid Planetary Depot. Well, that ought to be interesting to do with this beast.
Navigational data received.
Come on. Lots of ships in this system. It.
Hostile scan detected.
Let's get some altitude. Well, she may be ugly, but she sure maneuvers. Oh, wrong way. Come on, come on. Yeah, it's she's a beast. Well, it may not be the right time to. you know, the phase being 3 S-class mods for the shield, plus the modifiers for having the Corvette, the parts. It's almost unfair. Turn, baby, turn. And yeah, so far I haven't had a single time I had overheat. Back up a little bit. Okay. Too close, too close. Fighting like an idiot.
Hostile ships defeated.
Wow. That was a hell lot faster than I've ever done it before. Maybe I should go for a spacewalk. Oh, by the way, if anybody figures out how to take Corvette parts and put them in a base, dying to know. Oh, way too low, way too low. Yeah, she's more of a gunboat than anything else. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Big girl now. Interesting. Greetings, my fellow travelers. Well, every time I came to the seat, I kept getting this instead of Gravity 1. And while Gravity 1 was somewhat tongue-in-cheek. So with the exception of the cyclotron ballista, once again, taking up space and being a nuisance, almost everything is touching something else that would benefit from the proximity. These guys are pretty much the only exception, although they're touching each other. It'd be great if they could be here. And I would rather replace this with a bobblehead, but no bobblehead. The main panels and main section of the ship have been changed to red and seems to reflect somewhat inside, but not everywhere inside. I haven't really done anything compared to the other ship I have in this save, where I actually spent a bit of time putting things in place. I mean, it's a perfectly serviceable little ship. Interesting. I sometimes wish that the parts would not be generic and matching the main hull, but would rather be, you can put an Ambassador class food processor in a Titan class hull. So yeah, the other big change is I added these guys here to protect the engines. The door has been flipped around to a more conventional location. If it wasn't for all the engines in the back, I might have actually put it here, but this may seem to become my favorite position. So somewhat different arrangement from the other one, besides the fact it's a little bit bigger. Photon cannon here, photon cannon on top of the reactors. Those would be 2 phase beams. And yes, the stuck the shield generator inside that. I don't know why they call it a wing, because it doesn't look particularly wing-like, but fuck it. The landing cargo pads flip the color. Otherwise than that, it's the same red as everything else. I haven't colored the few things. And yeah, that's all she wrote. So this would be like a heavy patrol craft. Yes, it's got a little bit of cargo space. You can, secure counterband, but it's mostly meant to hunt down stuff. I mean, huge engines, smaller outside engines, and wings for added maneuverability. Massive reactor. And while I tried to put, following, I think, Scottish Rod, although it could be Mick Manchester's, and I do apologize if I'm getting it wrong, a video where you took one of the smaller versions of that, put a scaffold, and basically built a wing outwards with the big engines on. I tried doing that initially on this thing. This killed it. This reactor here would not delete, nor its twin over here. Not connected to anything else, so the machine is telling you, sorry, you can't save. So I had to sort of go back to the basic arrangement and just double down on it, so to speak. And that's it, folks. Farewell, my fellow travelers.
This is the end, beautiful friend.